Hi folks, Lee Gettess here with the Market Sense for the week of April 14th, 2015. That is far too close to tax day for my safety. We're looking at charts from the Trade Navigator software. Love this piece of work. And we're looking at a weekly bond market chart here. And bonds, this week is full of surprises and it's only a couple days old. We've come down and held support here in the, let's call it 162.24 area. They went down there early, held that, and started up. And boy, they started up with authority. They did not stall at the 164.16 area, but just blew right up on through there and got as high as 165.26, which, as you can see, is kind of in the middle of nowhere. They did not reach above 166, which is where our upper moving average is. And they collapsed in a couple of hours. They went all the way from 65.26 back down below 164.16. I quite honestly don't know what they plan to do next. They still have the ability to get up here and try the upper moving average above 166. I mean, that looks like what they were doing until they suddenly stalled Tuesday. If they turn back lower here instead, boy, taking out the current low for the week, which is 62.19, unless it's just a marginal new low, they could, this is 61.20 at the mid-Keltner channel, but just the price action of moving that down would make it very unlikely that that'd hold. They could get really ugly and be, well, a lot lower. It's also possible that they're simply done, that, you've kind of already seen the weekly range and they're just going to kind of move sideways and wait till next week. It's just a little frustrating. I thought they were going up, and when they suddenly stalled, they just kind of left us in the middle of nowhere. So it'll be fun to watch the rest of the week, but I really don't know what they're doing. Stocks, I also don't know what they're doing, but this is a totally different circumstance. They rallied back up last week and looked like they should continue maybe this week, but they seem to be having difficulty right around the 2100 area here. The support is down 2065, which they have not been to, so it's hard to build a real bearish scenario out of this. However, we have all kinds of highs up here above 2100, not very far above 2100, and they're actually sloping down. That is, the lows are not quite reaching the previous lows. Well, that's not good. A second consecutive lower high could lead to a really, really fast move down. So that's a dangerous price pattern. Now, by the same token, within this sideways pattern, the lows are getting higher also. That's kind of a wash. It doesn't really make it that negative. You would almost want to default to the upside since, all the chart you can look at here looks like it's basically moving higher. But the bottom line is this little sideways pattern with lower highs and higher lows is just shrinking down to nothing. Sooner or later, they're going to spring out there like a giant spring. But direction isn't really terribly predictable out of a pattern like this. Again, you could kind of lean to the upside simply because of the long-term trend, but if they were to break down out of here, we'd all look at this chart and go, oh, well, yeah, you got those lower highs, of course. So all I can tell you is be cautious. They appear poised to make a pretty substantial move in one direction or another. They're just not telling us what that direction is. So that's what we've got for you today. I hope you can find either something profitable to get yourself involved with or something fun to do instead. Thanks for checking in to see what we think.